वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते
सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्तिः। Good evening. If any of you feel tired or exhausted, you can just sit on the stone bench. Don't feel shy, okay? Because sometimes you come by buses and you have to stand for a long period of time. Don't feel shy. So please see page number 46 for today's quote. Strength is life. This is a great fact. Strength is life, weakness is death. Strength is felicity, life eternal, immortal. Weakness is constant strain and misery. Weakness is death. The older I grow, the more everything seems to me to lie in manliness. This is my new gospel. First quote on page number 47. The remedy for weakness is not brooding over weakness, but thinking of strength. Teach men of the strength that is already within them. So they are all great words of Swami Vivekananda. So weak people only suffer. That's why Swamiji again talks of strength, physical strength, intellectual strength, and spiritual strength. You need to have all the three. Physical strength alone is sufficient. You may be physically very strong, but if you're intellectually weak, if you're not clear, if you're confused, there's no way you can make yourself happy. So at a human level, we need to have all the three kinds of strengths. Physical strength is important. More important is psychological strength, intellectual strength, mental strength. And more than mental strength, spiritual strength is important. Because even to control the mind, sometimes we feel helpless. Okay? The people are being tortured not by some external enemy, not that somebody is poking them from outside. Within, okay, their own mind is not working in favor of them. So to handle the mind, you need to have spiritual strength. See, if you just rely on the physical body, because it is constantly changing, and also there's a death, definitely you'll be dissatisfied. Physical body will fail you. So don't put so much of trust on the physical alone. So mind also is constantly changing. Then what is the source of eternal strength? Behind these two lies the real power of our being. There is a small sloka in Sanskrit. Kin nama rodasi sake tvai sarvasaktimantaha amantrayasu bhagavan bhagadam sarupam trailokyametakilam tava pada mule atmaiva hi prabhavati na jada kadachit. Kin nama rodasi sake. Rodasi means weeping. Why do you weep, oh my brother? Tvai sarvasaktimantaha. You are all powerful. All power is in you. Kinnama rodasi sake tvai sarvasaktimantaha amantrayastu bhagavan bhagadam sarupam. Summon up the divine power, latent power that is in you. Trailokyametakilam tava pada mule. The whole world, 3 worlds will fall at your feet. Atmaiva hi prabhavati na jada kadachit. The physical body, it's inert. It is insentient, it is jada. Just like this mic, it can't function on its own. Similarly, the body cannot function on its own. Similarly, the mind, thought, it cannot function on its own. This is physical. Mind is also physical. But what is the difference between physical body and mind? This is gross body. Mind is also considered body. That is Sukshma Sarira. This is Sthula Sarira, gross body. That is Sukshma Sarira, subtle body. But it's body, it is physical. Thought is also physical. But behind these two is consciousness, is spirit, is Atman, which is non-material. That's why it's infinite and it's all powerful. From there comes the true energy. What is the proof, Swamiji, that there is this third dimension to our feeling being? I know only the physical and the psychological. What else are there in my being? I understand only the physical body and I understand only the mind. What else is there in me? No, there is a third. How do you know? Every day when you go to sleep, do you exist as physical body? In your deep sleep? Do you exist as mind? I'm just asking, when you go to bed, when you are at deep sleep, are you aware of your body? Deha spruha untunda. Unda ratri puta garden idallo. Evarna garden idallo undi naaku aakali indanaru evarane? Anybody has said that I'm hungry in deep sleep? No, you are not aware of the physical body. You become completely oblivious of it. You completely forget it, right? And also you forget your mind when you're in deep sleep. Mind has become so quiescent, so calm, no thought. Absolutely no thought. When there is a dream, some thought is there. When there is a dream going on, Swapna is going on in your mind, some thought is there. Swapna is only happening in mind. It doesn't happen in the body, right? So when you fall asleep in the night, you don't exist as a physical body because you completely forget the body. You are not aware of the body. You are aware of the mind when you have dream. But when you are beyond dreams, it's not that all the 6 hours or 8 hours of sleep, actually only dream happens. Dream happens in between for some time. Afterwards, when there is no dream, there is no mind, there is no thought, you are calm. Mind is so calm. So you don't exist as a body, you don't exist as a mind, but you exist as what? As your infinite dimension, as consciousness. But when you wake up in the morning, you become the finite. మెలుకుని లేచిన వెంటనే మళ్ళీ మనం ఫైనైట్ అయిపోతాం. బాడీ మైండ్ వచ్చేస్తుంది ప్రపంచం. Every day you touch the frontier of the infinite. That is actually the real power. That is the source of all power. But you have to gain access for that. How do you get access to that? Only thing is, you do have to reject the unreal. Very simple. I am not the body, I am not the mind. Today, after the class, when you go home, just keep this like mantra. I am not the body, I am not the mind. All the suffering that we get only comes from these two. If something happens to the body, because we are identified with the body, we feel the suffering, right? Something happens to the mind. Sometimes you feel high, sometimes you feel low. Other than two, actually, when you touch the third dimension of your being, no misery will touch you ever. That's how all the great people have achieved it, because they have denied the lower, the physical and the psychological. They could keep it separate. You will have it, but as a separate entity. I possess it, but I am not the body. I am not the mind. I possess it. It's mine. It's my possession. It's my property. Like this book. As I hold this book, like this, you should be able to hold your body and mind separate from you. You have the body. So my body, my mind, but you are separate from these two. So constantly reject these two. I am not the body. I am not the mind. Real power comes. Real strength comes. So you will be drawing the strength from that infinite dimension of your personality. It is not fiction. It is science, I am saying. It's not fiction. What is the proof that there is a third dimension? Everyday sleep is the proof. Everyday sleep is the proof. Somebody else doesn't have to certify it. It's a proof that you don't exist as a physical body. You don't exist as a mind when you're in deep sleep. But you exist as what? You exist as infinite Atman. You exist as infinite consciousness. When you wake up again, you become the finite. మెలకు రాగానే మళ్ళీ శరీరం మనసు వచ్చి మనం స్మాల్ ఎంటిటీ అయిపోతున్నాం. When you go to deep sleep, again you become the infinite. From the infinite to finite, every day, you actually, oscillate. You shuttle between these two every night, but you don't know your real nature. And people like Vivekananda, through tapas, through meditation, through prayer, through repetition of God's name, that infinite dimension, they could touch it. That's why they become all powerful. So all power is within you. So tap that power that is already in you, but today it is latent. Manifest it. See that it is awakened. See that it becomes alive. In the sense, it becomes an experiential reality for you. Thank you. Have a good evening.